A cozy weekend in a lively town. This weekend, I decided to spend my time in another town to soak in the festive Christmas atmosphere. The town is always lively, and I often visit it when I feel the need to refresh myself and blend in with the crowd as just one or just another face among the commoners. As I wandered through the beautiful decorated streets, I came across an outdoor fireplace. The warm glow of the fire invited me to stop and take a moment to relax. I sat down by the fire and enjoying the cozy fireplace. After a short while, one of the town service employees came by to add firewood or to add more firewood on the fireplace. We said hi to each other and we struck a conversation. We struck up a conversation and she started telling me about all the different activities happening in their town that day. She mentioned that an open air film screening for children or for families was about to start soon. As we spoke, people began gathering around us, adding to the lively atmosphere. And we continued talking. She was an incredibly open minded and a cheerful person. We shook hands, which made the conversation flow effortlessly. We introduced ourselves and began sharing our experiences, particularly about cultural differences. So, as we continued talking, I was nodding my head while she was explaining to me her work or her service in the town. And I also introduced myself and I told her about my expertise area in the town I live in. So we felt comfortable and she had to take a seat. And we carried on with talking, telling each other about ourselves. And she was listening and she was telling me how she was folding her hands and telling me how Norwegians are very reserved. They take time to open up. They will take time to know who you are, which is something totally different from my country. So she felt comfortable and sat more close to me. She felt like she was free or feeling at home speaking to me, and I was welcoming in the conversation. And I was also talking to her. So she felt relaxed as we were talking. And this is a person who just came to add firewood, but little did we know we were going to strike a conversation telling about ourselves, which was something good that I found a person with an open minded um, thought or open minded person And for me also, I'm also very open-minded. So we kind of connected. And we kept on talking, sharing different experiences of our towns, my background. She was also telling me about herself, how she likes the different kinds of food made, the different cuisines from different countries with the different ingredients, which are totally different from the Norwegian cuisine. So we kept on talking, and she was telling me how she really likes the the fact that Norway is open to having foreigners, which helps them to get to know about different culture, and this encourages exposure as of the world we are living in, that we really need to learn from each other and take the good we have from different cultures. And I felt with my background of studying about intercultural competency, it made me open up and use my knowledge and my experience and my cultural background. I told her in my country, Uganda, I will welcome you before even knowing who you are in details. But she said in Norway, one needs to know you in details before can come close to you, which at times is a good thing. You need to know somebody very well before. It's just like kids, you cannot just run into them. They will have to be first, give you a distance to get to decide to study you. So at a point, she laughed and shared a story about her father, jokingly telling her that she was born in the wrong country. She should have been born in Africa because of her outgoing personality. And we laughed out. We both laughed, and it felt refreshing to share that light-hearted moment. You know, I told her about my own experience living in Norway for many years now. I mentioned how some of my foreign friends often come to me for help when deciphering letters from public offices. She nodded knowingly and said even the native Norwegians struggle to read, they struggle to understand the language or the terms used in those letters. We both chuckled at the irony. She went on to say that her town could use someone like me and warmingly invited me to consider moving there. So as our conversation flowed, she has to do her work. She moved. She had to get up to be a bit active. Um, as people were coming more and more to since the screening was almost starting, but the conversation was endlessly. So our conversation meandered to comparing her town and mine. We both agreed that her town street were much livelier. So we laughed and she tapped me. We were now feeling free, feeling at home, within the short time. I remarked that in my town, most activities seem to revolve around the shopping center, which I thought needed to change. We laughed and shared ideas about how towns could become more engaging for their residents. It was such a nice moment being with her. Wonderful day I had. I love visiting places where no one knows me and just spending time by myself. But still, it's something very difficult for me because of my personality. I connect with people so easily, and people connect. I have this. I don't know. I don't know what I can say. I'm very human. Like, I don't, as long as I see I can help somebody or somebody can is reachable, I don't hesitate. I just open up and start a conversation. So we continued talking while the fire was, flaming, and we were enjoying the cozy area, and people were coming. So we gave each other a hug as she has to continue with her work. And I needed to think about catching my bus to go back. But she said, if you wish, please, you can still stay. Don't mind. But I knew I came just for a short time, just to refresh myself and take the bus to go back home. The warmth of the fire, the vibrant street, and the meaningful conversation made this visit especially memorable for me. I will not forget it. So I had to turn my camera and just be there to watch the film a little bit out from the fireplace before I can think of taking another step to find the way to my bus. But I stood there for a while because I really wanted to follow the film, and I started thinking of if I had come with my son, although he was busy with his friend. Sorry, I'm yawning, but I need to share this with you. It was really a good thing. So never hesitate, my dear, to get out and go and try any different place. You will find people who will connect, just like I found her. Little did I know, I felt at peace. I felt, you know, it was, I would say, a very important moment. I cherish it that I met her, and the memory will continue. Hopefully, one day when I go back to that town, I will find her again, since she works as the town service, employee. I might be able to again meet her. Maybe you never know. She might come to my town too, and bump into me. And I'm sure she will single me immediately before I can single her. Uh, Being with my background nationality, I'm easily spotted among others. So I would say I'm what the saying, white bird among the. So I'm easily spotted where I go, and I'm so happy about that. So I stood there for a short while, and just wanted to still have moments while I was counting down. My clock was ticking to go and take the bus, since the bus from that town to my city goes after every hour, and I needed to leave before. So I kept on glancing back and forth to the film and back to my camera and thinking. Now my brain was now working. Girl, you need to think of going home. But I felt I should share this moment that I had with her, for us to learn that sometimes we hesitate to visit different places thinking, oh, I do not know anybody there. But look, I came there, I didn't know anybody, but yeah. So I decided to stand between the lights that were made in form of a door, and with the town name written there. I think it's like, welcome to this town. The door is light. So I went back to the street walking, and I see the horse carrying people, moving with them in the town. It was so interesting. The town is so lively. There's a good vibes and good spirit in this town. I like it. So I usually come to this town when I want to refresh myself and just be the unknown among the commoners. It makes me feel good when I'm just by myself out in this town. So then I met, there's a choir there singing. They were singing, Christmas carols in Norwegian. It was so interesting. Yeah.